Welcome to today's exploration. Picture this. You're walking past the historic Takakori Catholic Church in Alajuela, Costa Rica, and you spot these three massive steel radio towers.
Oh yeah, you really can't miss them out there.
Right, but here's the wild part. If you pull up the government's official digital visor, that plot of land is completely empty. They're basically, ghosts in the machine, physical giants the digital world just refuses to acknowledge.
It's such a fascinating disconnect. I mean, if you look at the SUTEL database, the Superintendency of Telecommunications, these towers just straight up don't exist in the registry.
Which makes zero sense. And our mission today is to deconstruct why they're missing using the source material we have on the engineering law and history here. Because the engineering alone gives us a huge clue. Like normally you'd want a tower on a mountain, right? Up on a volcano peak.
Exactly, yeah. For FM or cellular signals, you absolutely need that line of sight. But these towers are sitting in a valley, literally in a hole, which is actually perfect for AM radio.
Wait, really? Because AM uses ground wave propagation, right? It hugs the earth, so it needs high soil moisture.
Spot on. The Takakori River systems keep that soil incredibly moist, turning the valley floor into an absolute electromagnetic gold mine. The towers basically plug right into the wet earth.
Oh, wow. Okay. And there are three of them, which means it's a phased directional array, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Think of it like dropping three stones into a pond at slightly different times. The ripples interfere with each other, so by timing the pulses, they can actually steer the signal towards San Jose.
Right, and they create these null zones to avoid bleeding into other stations' frequencies. It's brilliant pre-digital precision engineering, honestly. But that precision makes the regulatory silence, well, even weirder.
So is it just a massive sync error? I mean, Costa Rica is moving from old paper registries to this high-tech digital map.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. That transition was basically kneecapped by a 55% resource cut. It's a tell, really due to currency volatility.
Yikes. A 55% cut.
I know, it's massive. So they are funneling every single column they have into 5G and fiber optics. Auditing old rural AM towers is just not a priority, leaving them in this regulatory purgatory.
And that purgatory was frozen in time by the Constitutional Court in November 2025, right?
Right.
They halted all spectrum auctions and renewals.
Precisely. So if your paperwork was in a to-be processed pile during the digital move, it's now just sitting in a drawer gathering dust.
But wait, is unlicensed just a fancy word for forgotten, or are they hiding? People see the Mormon Alajuela stake and the Jehovah's Witnesses Kingdom Hall nearby and start, connecting dots.
Oh, sure. The religious broadcaster theory is super popular, but the math just doesn't check out.
Right, because maintaining a three-tower AM array is a massive financial drain. And those groups use YouTube and digital streaming now.
Exactly. A massive AM array totally doesn't fit their current operational footprint. It's just too expensive.
Okay, so what about the CIA hypothesis? I mean, back in the 80s, Radio Impacto was a front for intelligence operations. Could a clandestine op hide behind a church today, or is that just Cold War nostalgia?
Well, it makes for a great thriller, but the geodetic forensics point to something way more mundane.
Let me guess, corporate bureaucracy.
You got it. If you dig into the legacy map coordinates, the old San Isidro 1 to 50 sheets, there's a record for Torres de Radio Colombia.
Oh, the major national network. And that lines up perfectly with Grupo Jinca. They're a firm located just 125 meters from the church, and they're officially authorized to handle radio transmitters.
Exactly. Put the pieces together, and the most likely reality is a classic land lease agreement. Radio Colombia owns the legacy infrastructure, and Jinca manages the technical side.
So the whole thing is just grandfathered in. It's legally invisible purely because the digital transition stopped before it reached their specific folder.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a glaring reminder that our analog world is still humming along under the surface of our digital apps.
It really makes you wonder what else is legally invisible in your own neighborhood.
Absolutely. We trust our maps completely, but they're really only as good as the agency's budget.
Right. So next time you see a strange antenna or an old warehouse, maybe don't just check your digital map. As we rush toward 5G and fiber optics, you have to ask yourself, how much of our world's critical infrastructure is actually just a legacy ghost held together by a legal loophole?